Welcome, welcome once again. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Abdullah Falade. In this video, I would like to teach you how to use append queries in Power Query. Append queries is meant to append data sets that have a similar headers, similar labels, variable names together. In this example, you can see that we have a sample data 1, sample data 2, sample data 3, and sample data 4. A sample data 3 and a blanker sheet 7. So if you observe the sample data 1, it has the same headers, the same number of headers like that of the sample data 2, and also it has the same number of headers as sample 3. And it's not because they have the same number of headers, it's also similar. So in that case, when you have a data set that has this kind, you can easily append them together, just like when you have a salary payroll sheet, or you have a financial transaction for the month of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, and you want to consolidate, you want to append everything together, provided they have the same headings. You can easily do this using your Power Query. Instead of you copying and pasting, Power Query will do the magic for you and you're good to go. So let's try and show this right now. I'll go to the data tab and I'm going to use the get data. So this is the right way to use Power Query. Yes, I need to tell you this. It's good whenever you want to use a Power Query, you go to the get data, and because I'm going to pick this from a workbook, so I'm going to it is labeled as a merge and append workbook. I'm going to open, and immediately I open, it's going to take me to somewhere, and it is from there. Yep, so you can see now that I've been taken to somewhere, and I will choose select multiple items because I have 3, so I can preview each of them. You can see the preview, role ID, other ID. So going through them, you can see that now. I also have there are some columns that have been added. I can easily remove that during the cleaning process. So you can also see here that we have another one. You can see that, and also in the sample 3, you can also have this as well. In the second one we have this. In the first one we have this. Let me see, hope there's no duplicate here. Okay, let me try and check back this. Nevertheless, I think what really matters is we're trying to match the 3 together. So the next thing for us, since we're merging the 3, is to go to the transform. Yep, we're going to the transform data, and that will take us to the navigator. So it's been trying to process so we have the 3 data now, and I can now go to, and you can see that sign here, append queries. So just go there and you append queries as new. So I want to append the first table. So it said concatenate rows from two tables into a single table, two tables. So I'm taking more than two tables. So I'll click on the second one and I'll click on the third one because I have 3 tables, and I'll press OK. Boom. So now I have all the 3 being matched together. I can also verify that by the numbers. I can easily verify that by the numbers we are having. So you can see that so everything has been matched together, because you can see that in the first one we have 43 columns, and let's see the last value there. Let's go down. We need to be able to see the last value. It doesn't show. Okay, from the data set we can also check that by ourselves. So I can assure you that the data has been appended together, since they all have the same the title. So we can remove the columns and those things that are irrelevant, and we are good to go. So all those columns being added, we can remove them just by doing this simple thing. Choose columns. We're going to choose the columns that are relevant to us, which are from this up to this level. So any other columns, so we are choosing the column that are relevant to us, and we are removing other columns. So any other columns there is irrelevant, so we are removing them, and boom, we have it. We have our result. Press OK. Yes. If you scroll to the right now, you have it. So you can start doing the process of data cleaning just like we did in the previous video. As simple as that. So you can now rename. Oh, I did that even on the first one. So on the append, so I can just call this append data. So the data that has been appended, just like I did it recently. I can say go to columns, and I want to remove those columns that we don't need. So with that, I can now load. After I've removed those columns which I don't need, I will just load. I assumed you can clean the data to suit what works for you and what you can do to make the data something you can analyze. So I'll just go to load and close. I'll just use the close to. So in this case, I want it to be in this existing worksheet. It has already chosen a new worksheet for me, but that's fine. So let me go to a new worksheet, and boom, you have the data here. External data, getting the data. So everything is trying to pops up. Boom, we have the data. So the appended data is now 13,326. So right from there, if there is any duplicate, you can easily remove those duplicates just by going back to the query. Just click on the query again. Click on the query, you go back to edit, and from there you can start removing any form of duplicate. So if there's any duplicate there, you can remove. So you can remove this column